Hi, I'm Katie from the Queen Stitch. Today, along with LoveCrafts, I'm going to be teaching you how to crochet a blanket. I'm going to be using American terminology, and we're going to be using Paintbox Wool Mix Super Chunky Yarn, along with a 10mm hook. We're going to be covering casting on, or foundation chain, half double crochet, and back loop only. And by the end, we'll have this lavish, squishy baby blanket. Let's get going. So, to start off with, we're going to do our slip knot. Working yarn, tail. I always take the working yarn, put it over the tail, and then with my 2 fingers go in through the loop and pull up on the working yarn, like so. Then I tighten it around my hook. So for this blanket, we're going to chain 64. So yarn over 1, 2, 3, 4, and we continue. So I usually like to give myself 1 extra chain, just for safety's sake, before I'm starting my row. So half double, American crochet terminology, again. You yarn over, so you have 2 loops, insert your hook, pull through, so you have 3 loops, and pull through. Now I'm gonna let you in on a secret. Half double crochet is my favorite crochet stitch, all time. Again, you wrap it, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3. I really like half double because it's a chunky little stitch that gives you a little bit more height than a single crochet, but it's not as many loop-de-loops as double crochet. So again, yarn over, stick it through, pull through, 3 loops, pull through all 3, and we're gonna do that same thing all the way down the row. So this is just normal half double crochet, and I'll meet you at the end. So when we get to the very end, we're gonna do our last half double crochet, and we're gonna chain 1 and turn. So sometimes in patterns, you'll have a chain 2, which counts as your first stitch, but I don't like that. I don't like the way it looks. I like just the 1 chain, and then we start doing our half doubles in that first stitch. So the second row, and for the rest of the rows in this blanket, you're gonna be doing back loop only, which is usually abbreviated as BLO. What that does is creates this nice sort of push up of the stitch. It gives it that texture that you can reach out and squeeze it. On the other side, you can see it here, it's raised in the middle. So, let's start. We're gonna wrap once, and instead of inserting our hook into the front of the stitch here, we're gonna just do that back loop there. Can you guys see that? So we've got the front, and then we've got these 2 loops on top. We're going to use just that back loop. And then we're going to go all the way across the row. So this is a blanket that I worked up yesterday. Seriously, yesterday. This chunky yarn and this pattern are so quick. It's not going to take you long at all to do. But I wanted to show you how to color change, and I think that this is going to be easier to do that with. So once you've finished your row and tied off, you're gonna take your next color in the sequence. For me, it's this nice purple color. You're gonna slip knot onto your hook, tie on in just the back loop again. So for me, I'm a big proponent of weaving in your ends as you go. So I've got my 2 ends over here. I'm just gonna tuck them. Tuck. Gonna loop and pull through. So now I'm ready to start my back loop row in my new color. So you're gonna loop over, insert, pull through. So here we are, working down, and you can see that because I'm working in the back loop here, it's pushed the cream loops forward, which I think looks really nice, and you can feel that texture as you go along. We'll work our way. So this blanket at the moment is nearly half as long as it's going to be. And you can make it even longer if you like. Just get more yarn, really. But the width sizes for blankets that are, more standard if you wanted to do a child's quilt, a baby blanket, a throw, something larger like for a queen, all of those sizes are on the internet, so you can just Google them. And once you've figured out your gauge, which is how many stitches and rows per 4 inches is the standard, then you can do your own math and figure out how many stitches you want your size blanket to be. So when you've gotten to your desired length of the blanket, you're gonna wanna finish it on the second row of whatever color. So I'm a symmetrical person, so I wanted to end it on my 3rd color. So I'm back looping across, no I'm not. I'm half double crocheting across in the back loop only. So I hope you're excited for the complicated method that we finish this blanket in. I'm kidding, don't be scared. I have my last 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And this is how we finish the blanket. Chain 1, chain 2. Ooh, I ended on a knot, that's nice. Pull it tight, and then weave in the end. That's the nice thing about this back loop only, is that it's such a nice texture on its own, and the edges, I think, are quite well finished without any sort of a border or anything, that it just looks nice, just like this. You can see the edges here. Thanks for joining me, the Queen Stitch, alongside LoveCrafts today to learn how to do this beginner blanket. If you like what you saw, we have even more knit and crochet tutorials available on our YouTube channel, LoveCrafts. Subscribe so you never miss a video. Bye-bye.